My birth name is actually Chin. At 19 years old I converted to Islam and I chose the name Muslim Belal. I'm a Muslim, I came from the streets to Islam. The ghetto, now when I see my brother give a palm, embrace with a hug and greeting with salam, salamu alaikum. From being a rapper and involved in certain criminal activities and street lifestyle, I ended up travelling to Egypt for a year, studying a bit, and on my return I was requested to speak in one of the masjids about my journey to Islam, and I just found this new way of telling a story by doing it in a rhyming style. So I'd tell my story of how I converted to Islam, but instead of just speaking it, I would rhyme it like it was a form of poetry. Stuck in the jungle, blind like a bat, now I see quite clear. It's Allah, thank for that. He brought me the facts, now the boy from the flats is the boy who lays his head down on the mat. It's as simple as that. And now that I found Islam, inshallah, I'ma never turn back. There was a poet from America, Amir Suleiman, he came over and they asked me to support him on this tour, so I'd go around and I'd like be the first act on stage in all these different cities in the UK. And I remember after the show, he'd set up his table and have CDs for sale, and many people come up to him and said, look, that was a great performance, can I buy the CD? Pow, 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 she heard the shots fired. Pow, 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 her brother just died. Pow, 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 now the little girl cries. Pow, 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 wipe the tears from her eyes. Pow, 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 she heard the shots fired. Pow, 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 her brother just died. Pow, 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 now the little girl cries. Pow, 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 in Palestine. I remember thinking, how can I make a CD? Because my style is very different from most people's. I don't write songs. I just make up in my head rhymes about everything I see and everything I go through. I'll walk down the street and see someone asking for money, and then I'll just start rhyming like, walking down the road, they're asking me for dough, I'm on my way home, no money in my pocket, and I just want to stop and give, like, I'll just make it up. And then I'll get home and I will start rhyming about, and as I walked into my house, nobody's around, I'm living all alone, I cannot hear a sound. And then I'll start talking about, get my prayer mat out and go and make wudu. Then I start to pray. I just make up stuff like about my life and what I'm going through and the feelings one has inside. We were some young pathfinders, street boys trying to leave that life behind us. But how can I see options if I'm walking around blinded? There's angels in the ghetto cause Allah came and find us. Who would have thought that I'll be standing in Arabia in this white cloth with the stance of a believer? I came from Brixton Hill where success didn't meet us. I could have ended up dead on those streets, cuz. But it's amazing when I look at where I am today. This ain't what I was raised amongst a chord, it's the chosen way. Yes, I used to go into my church every Sunday. Mama's cooking rice and peas, listening to reggae. Typical black boy, typical black household, walking with his jeans low, face like he owns the road. Before there was no hope, I used to make a lot of dough, but ask me about Islam or Allah, I say I don't know. A few books, a few months, a lot of reading. New season, it brings a new way of thinking. I reason when a Muslim is speaking, I listen. Smile because of the beauty I found in his religion. There's a certain market of young people where they need someone who's talking personally about themselves. So like it's just speaking from the heart, so you can connect with their heart, and if they feel like it's their life that you're talking about. And so that's the kind of style. Then what I did is I called Abdullah Roll and I said, look, let me come in the studio and try and record an album. And the process was quick. Like, Abdullah's a professional, so he works very fast. Victim, street life, to the optical illusion, talking about the young, the youth. I remember Like a Soldier was what had us going, and Abdullah was just killing the harmonies. It's like, ooh. I remember like a soldier, I'ma stand up and pray to my Lord. Like a soldier, I'ma fast my 30 days for my Lord. Like a soldier, calculate zakat and pay for my Lord. Like a soldier, Hajj and Umrah gets made for my Lord. Yeah, that was one of the best ones. And Guns N' Roses, like, we just created them in the studio. Like, it just started getting created. Guns N' Roses was like dedicated to some of the young Pakistani brothers I know from South London. I know that in a lot of the young Asian community, they was killing each other, or there was a lot of stabbings and shootings happening. And I remember that one was like, we're surrounded by Guns N' Roses, inspired by the story of Moses, like saying like guns, so much guns around, but then there's funerals, so the roses are getting laid down on the floor. I'm surrounded by Guns N' Roses, inspired by the story of Moses. Oh, Allah, have mercy on this soul of mine. Allah, when it's my time to go, have mercy on my soul, have mercy on my bros. We're struggling out here on the road. There's trouble out here on the road, and some learn slow. It was always exciting coming towards the end of recording in the studio, because then I'd leave it with Abdullah Rowe to do his finishing touches, and it's like I'd spend 3 days away, and it was so exciting to get back in there to hear what he's done, because he'll be doing it without my presence, because he puts in a lot of work, like late part of the night. So I'd leave and go home, I'll be sleeping, and I'll phone the next day, have you got anything for me to hear yet? And when I go back and hear the finished product, the difference, like, people don't realize, it's like, wow. I'm surrounded by Guns N' Roses, inspired by the story of Moses. Oh, Allah, have mercy on this soul of mine. I'm surrounded by Guns N' Roses, inspired by the story of Moses. Oh, Allah, have mercy on this soul of mine. When I do come into a studio and I want to record, whether I'm in there for 2 hours or 2 days, I want it to be as professional as possible, and I want that sound to be the best. I don't think there should be any reason why someone else sounds better than our sound. In the studio that we use here at Paradex, it's top quality stuff. It's the same quality that you would get if you was an artist signed to EMI or Sony Records or something. No, I'd rather share my food with you. See a meal for one, become a meal for two. Lord God, I can see you now. I can shake your hand and give you any assistance you need in this land. And I could never lay eyes on you before the love of God, I'ma treat you like it was my man. Pray Hard is out, and that's a classic. That's a classic. Ashley Chin is Muslim Belal, The Transition. This is the lyrical content. This is a listening album. And the third album, possibly the final album, we'll see, is under a working title of Black Slave, but this is not necessarily the title it will be released under. But when I'm writing or when I'm thinking of things, like whatever is predominantly mentioned in the album, I might use that as the title. So at the moment I'm using the title Black Slave because everything I'm talking about on it is so deep. This album, I feel like it's gonna, yeah, it's gonna change a lot of things. Like it's very personal, it's very deep, and it's a whole new level. Like, I've been away in Kuwait for months and months, like with a teacher, and my brain just feels like it's got so much information in there, and I'm just waiting to unleash it. I'm gonna come in on this, like, talk about a young kid on the streets.
Okay.
Like, proper that young kid, describe him like he was like 15 with his hat low, backwards on those back roads, in a string vest and his jean shorts and his Air Max and his afro, on his GT popping wheelies. And then I'm gonna go like, then he saw tapes turn to CDs and his name turned to MB, and I'm gonna go into like this journey. We should be recording within the next few months. It'll be very fun, very exciting, and I can't wait to do it, to be honest.
Street knife, street knife.